traffic segment for May. We're standing outside of City Hall, and I'm here with the city's traffic chief, Ahmed El-Shafi. Ahmed, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And we're standing next to a new system here that we'd like to learn more about. We're right at the corner of Maryland and Vincent. What do we have here?
This new device is called the Enhancer, but the official name of it is, we call it RRFB, which is the Rectangular Rapid Flashing Beacon. And it's like a flashing beacon, but it has new features. For example, the flashing beacons are rectangular, they're not round, and they flash very rapidly, just like maybe the emergency vehicle. So you will see it flashing quickly right and left, so it gets more attention to the drivers, so they know that a pedestrian is crossing the street. When you come to the crosswalk, you push the button, and then it will tell you that now you are approaching the crosswalk, so the flashing is on. Look at the drivers, because you have to make sure that the drivers are paying attention, and then it gives you about 15 seconds for you to cross the street.
Okay. And why was this particular intersection or this location chosen?
We choose two locations. One of them is here for two reasons. First, it's very heavy, used by pedestrians. You have City Hall on one side, and you have the County Council building on the other side. So all day long you have people crossing the street. The other thing is also close to City Hall, so we want to be able to monitor it closely and to hear from all our employees about how they feel when they use it and what reaction they get. Of course, in addition, we are doing our own studies. We collected data before we install it to try to see like how people react, drivers, how they react to pedestrians when they cross the street. And now, after we're installing this, we will be collecting data after 1 week and after 30 days, try to see the impact of this new device, if it's really helpful or not.
Well, I know this is a recent installation, but what have you heard so far? I mean, what are you hearing from pedestrians and drivers?
We did not hear much from drivers yet, but pedestrians, we heard a lot of good things. There's about maybe 90% of the drivers stop for pedestrians when they see the flashing beacon is on. And this is not just here. This whole device is very new. It's actually only approved a few months ago, and it's not official for the whole country. Anybody who wants to use it have to get a special approval from the FHWA, the Federal Highway Administration. So he gets approval, and it was only used in Florida and in DC recently. So from their experience also, they said they see a very good response from the drivers when they see this new flashing beacons going on.
So it's a pretty big deal that Rockville has this system, wouldn't you say?
It is. I mean, we feel proud because it's the first jurisdiction in the state of Maryland to have this new device. So we are proud of that.
Hello, you've accessed the Rockville.
I heard that this was actually, the Enhancer project was your idea. Can you explain the genesis of this?
That's correct. I went to a pedestrian safety conference in downtown D.C., sponsored by the Council of Governments, of which I am a member, and I represent Rockville. And the D.C. representative was talking about this new pedestrian crossing device that they were experimenting with in D.C. They had one sample on Brentwood Road. And I looked into it, I checked the website, I found the company, which is in St. Petersburg, that makes it, only one company. I came back, I talked to Scott Ullery, the city manager, and Ahmed El-Shafi, the traffic director, and said, transportation director, and said, we gotta have this. This looks great. And it turns out we can buy these things in our speed camera fund, the monies of which are strictly restricted to things like this, pedestrian crossing devices, and so, among other things. And so here we are.
We've just been standing out here for a couple of minutes and noticed that it's actually working.
It does work. The problem I think we have is, even with our striping, our motorists, our vehicles, are not attuned to yielding to pedestrians. I mean, it's just not a concept that we have. So I think we need these extra things, these flashing lights, to get people to realize and to change our whole thought process that, oh, when you see a striped area, when you see a pedestrian, the car stops. The pedestrian has the right of way.
We'll keep monitoring the system, and if it proves that it's working well, we probably will be looking for other locations, and maybe we'll have a few more nearby most of our residents.